Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you are well. So let's start today's video. So this is the secret ingredient. This is the epoxy sculpt that you have seen me using a lot in my projects. I do use to attach the crystals to the resin, and this is a dry clay. It's a stone hard clay. It's waterproof. A lot of big artists use this clay for sculpting. So this is really an amazing thing. So I'm just showing you how you use it. It's a two-part clay, and you take equal parts. I could have used the gloves, but when I am sculpting, I need to feel the clay in my hands, otherwise I can't work with it. So you take the parts out, but when you're mixing the clay, please use gloves to mix the clay, and for that part you need to wear gloves. So I'm taking out with the help of the popsicle stick two parts. I have taken the hardener, and this is the you can say the soft part. So you mix them together. I'm at the moment just checking that I got the equal clay, so the black was a little bit more, and I am just adjusting it. So after that you have to mix it and mix it until it gets black. So this is how I have done it. Mix it up, and I'm just rolling it now. So make sure the surface you're working on this with this clay should be a silicone sort of, or a glass slab, anything like this. So this is not similar to polymer clay. It's a bit different in texture. So yeah, so I'm just cleaning it with baby wipe, and I'm just rolling it now. So I will be rolling it thin, but not super thin, just on the medium side, you can say. So in between it do stick, so I do use a little bit of Vaseline or any, yeah, Vaseline or anything that is you can use silicone oil as well, so it don't stick. And you can also use baby powder. So these things will help you, because at some point this clay get a bit sticky, but not that much. So now I'm just checking the size that it fits the mold. So I'm just stretching it a bit more with my hands. So as you can see, I have poured some baby powder onto the mat, so that way it won't stick to the, because it's thin now, and I am in fear that it might rip. So with adding the baby powder, it will not, it will move here and there, and I can work with it easily. So now I will be taking out my Let's Resin Chameleon powders. I was really excited to use them because I haven't used them since I got them. And already I have heard so many good reviews about these chameleon powders, so I was really excited, and I was thinking on what project to use these. So these were the perfect match here. So I will be working on stripes, and will be adding these colors. So adding on black, they really pop. So you can so epoxy sculpt, I think, comes in not many colors. Usually it's black and white, or you can get in gray as well, because this is a base uh, epoxy, and on top usually artists do paints and different mediums. So I'm just randomly selecting the colors and using it onto the epoxy sculpt. It's so amazing that the color you hold and on the clay or black resin, it will be giving different colors. And I will be brushing on different colors now. This is such a beautiful color. So here I'm done with the let's Resin Chameleon powders, and now I will be using a bit of my own colors as well. So they are chrome chameleon powders. And in between, I thought let's add some chameleon flakes as well to get some interest. So this is a sort of mixed media, you can say, art project here. So then I dropped the idea of the chameleon flakes, and now I'm adding the mica powder. This is again the chrome chameleon powder here, because the chameleon powders were not that much, and I think I would have to use a lot of the chameleon flakes to use here. So I just changed my mind and I went to use the color here. So this is done now. So now I will be gently removing it from the mat. Because of the powder, it is easily removable, and these are the colors. Really excited to now adjust it into the mold. So this is a bit tricky part. I know that you have to handle the clay carefully. So here I am creating the folds, and I have to work gently with this clay because I don't want to rip it. So fingers crossed, and I hope I get the details I want. So the thing is that the polymer clay is a bit on the elastic side, and it has less chances of being ripped, whereas this epoxy sculpt is a bit on the, you can say, harder side because it's for artists. So it's a delicate clay but still very strong to work with. And also this clay takes the impressions very well, so I don't want my fingerprints onto the clay here. That's why. So I think I'm happy now, and I don't want to disturb it more, and the folds are good. Just a little bit of adjusting here, and you see I got the rip, but it's fine. I'll try to hide it. So I will let this to dry, and I will see you next day. So this is the next day, and I have removed it from the mold. It's been dried now. So what I will be doing here is I will be adding a layer of black resin into the mold, because it has folds and there is air, there are gaps underneath. So when I will be pouring the resin in it, I will get lots of air bubbles, and beneath it will be not smooth. So that's why I am adding a thin layer of black resin beforehand. It's fairly a thin layer. So I did made a second one as well, because I really want to make a two coasters, not just one. So I did the same thing on the second one as well. So here I added the black resin underneath, and now they both are done, and now I'm adding the clear resin. So this will be done in two layers. It's black, the underneath one, and then this epoxy sculpt, and then I will be topping it with the resin, and it's clear resin now. So slowly I'm adding the resin because I'm avoiding to get any air bubbles, because there are folds on top as well. So you need to have a low viscosity resin here, and for this reason I'm using craft resin. So as you have seen me previously using it, it is such a lovely resin, and I don't get any bubbles in it. So I'm just filling it now. And after filling them, I will leave them to cure. So see you next day. So this is next day and they are all done now, and I'm removing them from the mold. Yeah, they got a bit on chunky side, but I still love them. So I'm just loving how they turned out and the folds in the resin. So I did try another technique as well, that was with polymer clay. I will link that in my video above here as well, so you can see that they were made out of polymer clay and they were the satin silk effect. So I thought, why not make this one? And now what I'm doing here, I'm doing my favorite part. I will be adding a little bit of sleek edging here with the gold stone to complete them up. So I'm using this gilding glue here, and it will be drying out and it will get sticky, so you will be using mirror gold on the edges and they will turn out amazing. So this is a bit time taking. I will be very carefully applying a very thin line on the edges without doing any mishaps. So here I have done both of them, and when they were dried, I applied the gold leaf on them, and let's see how they turned out. So this is how they turned out, and just a little bit hint of gold at the edges, that's it, because the star of the show are the folds here and the epoxy sculpt that and the chameleon powders that I've used. So hopefully you like the technique, and this was really a long waited project that I had to do, and I really wanted to try it but was finding the time because new things were coming up and I had to do them before. So this was taking a bit time to release, but I'm really happy how it turned out. So I hope you like them, and if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.